Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello Miss Lia and friends. My name is Natasya from 10-2, and today I'm going to explain you about micrometer screw gauge and vernier caliper. And for these tools, I'm going to explain about each part of the tools, the functions of the parts of the tools, the slowest division, and how to use the tools. First of all, I'm going to explain micrometer screw gauge. This is micrometer screw gauge, and the first part that I'm going to tell you is this part. This part is called U-frame. The function of U-frame is holds all parts together and maintains rigidity so measurements stay accurate. The next part is this part. This is called lock nut. Lock nut is to lock the spindle in place after measuring to preserve the reading. The third one is this part. This part is called sleeve with vernier graduations. This part is for the stationary scale marked with main or linear readings in millimeters or fractions. And then there's this part. This part is called main scale. The function of main scale is to show the whole number measurements, usually in millimeter or 0.5 millimeter. Okay, in this part, you can see this little screw inside of U-frame. This is called spindle. Spindle is the movable screw part that moves forward or backward. Look, it can move. Yeah. To touch the object being measured. Look, it can move forward and backward. Okay. Next, this part. And this part. These two faces are called measuring faces. Measuring faces is the flat ends of anvil and spindle that directly contact the object for measurement. Next, this is anvil, the fixed surface against which the object rests when measuring. And then I'm going to show you guys how to use micrometer screw gauge. First of all, pick an object, and I pick this stylus, and then place the object between the the anvil and the spindle. Okay guys, and today I'm going to show you how to measure your object with micrometer screw gauge. First of all, pick an object to measure with, and then I pick my stylus, and then just put your object between the spindle and the anvil like this, and you can adjust it with the thimble so the spindle can contact your object. And then you can use ratchet stop to apply the correct pressure. Okay, and then you can read the result of the measurement or the scale on the sleeve or the fine scale on the thimble. You can also use lock nut to hold the reading if needed. Yeah, like that. And the slowest reading or the slowest division of micrometer screw gauge is 0.01 millimeter. You can see it in here. You can see it here. I'm going to explain you parts of vernier caliper. First of all, this part is upper jaw. Upper jaw is to measure inside dimensions like the diameter of holes. And then this part is called lower jaw. Lower jaw is to measure outside dimensions like the diameter of or thickness of objects. And then this part is called main scale. Main scale provides the main reading in millimeters or inches. Next, this one is vernier scale. Vernier scale gives the fractional reading for higher accuracy. This part is called depth rod. Depth rod is to measure depth of holes or slots. Okay. This part is called lock screw. Lock screw is to lock the movable jaw to hold a measurement. Next, this is called thumb screw. Thumb screw is to move the sliding jaw smoothly for easy adjustment, like this. I'm going to show you how to use a vernier caliper properly. First, close the jaws and check that the zero on both scales lines up. For zero error check, we can see that the zero already lined up, and then we can open the jaws using the thumb screw to fit around or inside the object. For the object, I use this box, and then I just put this box between the jaws, and then I lock it with the lock screw once it fits properly. After that, read the main scale. Just before the zero of the vernier caliper, it's 6.6 at the main scale, and then find the line on the vernier scale that exactly lines up with the line on the main scale. Here, it's actually 6.4, but there's the line on the vernier scale that exactly lines up with the line on the main scale is 6.6. Oh, it's right. And the main scale reading and the vernier scale reading, we have to add them together, and that's our measurement. Okay. For the smallest reading, it's 0.1 millimeter. It's the smallest division or the smallest reading. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.